So you've probably heard about them, these small, portable nuclear reactors. They're being hailed as a potential solution to our massive energy problem. But while some people see a clean energy dream, others are warning of a radioactive nightmare. Today, we're diving into one journalist's investigation that claims to pull back the curtain on a hidden history of some pretty serious failures and red flags.
You know, the promise is huge. Clean, reliable power for our data-hungry world, especially with the AI boom. But this one investigation asks a tough question. Are we being told the whole truth about the safety of this tech? So, are mini nukes really the brilliant solution we've been waiting for, or are they a disaster just waiting to happen? Let's dig in and see what this report claims.
All right, so first up, what's the big idea here? Well, there's this new generation of what are called small, modular nuclear reactors, or mini nukes. And they're being pushed as this perfect clean energy source, especially for things like AI data centers that use a mind-boggling amount of electricity.
And you gotta admit, the concept is pretty compelling. Imagine self-contained, portable power plants you can drop anywhere you need them. Factories, remote military bases, you name it. It's basically energy on demand without ever having to plug into the big, clunky power grid.
But that's the sales pitch. And according to a really detailed investigation by journalist Yoichi Shimatsu, that glossy picture might be hiding some serious problems. He argues there's a trail of financial and technical red flags, a much darker story that we need to look at.
Now, Shimatsu does not pull any punches. He points to these high-level political endorsements and says they went over like a lead balloon. For him, this isn't a sign of some amazing breakthrough. No, he straight up calls it a techno scam.
And this is where it gets really interesting, especially when you follow the money. According to Shimatsu's research, these mini reactors are estimated to cost about $4,700 per kilowatt. A traditional gas plant? Only $1,800. Wow, that's more than double the cost for the exact same amount of power.
And it's not just theoretical either. Shimatsu says these financial worries are very real. He points to something called the Carbon-Free Power Project, where he reports that 8 different cities across 4 states just backed out. To him, that's a huge signal that local leaders are losing confidence fast.
Okay, so beyond the money troubles, Shimatsu presents what he considers his smoking gun, a case study in technical failure. It all revolves around the very mysterious sudden shutdown of the Vatican Observatory way up on Mount Graham, Arizona. So picture this. It's the year 2000. This super high-tech observatory, sitting on a remote mountain peak, just closes down out of the blue. So Shimatsu, being an investigative journalist, decides to go there himself to find out what was really going on. And the first thing that tipped him off? Something just didn't add up. The official story was that the observatory got its power from a normal cable running all the way up the mountain. But Shimatsu says he drove that steep road himself and couldn't find any sign of a power cable, anywhere.
Now, Shimatsu had actually covered the Fukushima disaster, so his instincts kicked in. He claims that as he got close to the observatory's locked gate, he felt this weird, familiar itching on his arms. That was enough for him. He went back to his car, grabbed a dosimeter, which is a radiation detector, and started taking some reading. And then, the moment of truth. Shimatsu reports that as he walked with this device, it started to buzz furiously. And to him, that meant one thing: life-threatening levels of radioactivity right there on the side of the road.
So for Shimatsu, putting the pieces together, the missing power cable, the high radiation readings, the conclusion was, well, it was obvious to him. He alleges that a small nuclear reactor right there on site must have melted down, maybe even exploded, and that's what cut the power and forced the whole place to shut down.
But here's the thing. For Shimatsu, this wasn't just some freak accident on a forgotten mountaintop. He holds it up as a critical warning, a preview of what could go wrong with the entire mini-nuke program that's being pushed so hard today.
He basically holds this up as Exhibit A, the untold story that he believes completely contradicts all those industry promises about safety and reliability. It's the real-world example, in his view, that they don't want you to see.
And he's quick to point out that this isn't happening in a vacuum. He connects this alleged incident to that long history of nuclear failures that we all know. 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima. He's suggesting this is just the latest chapter in a very long, troubled story.
So, what's the bottom line from his investigation? Well, it's pretty blunt. He concludes that there is simply no such thing as a safe nuke, not even a small one. In his view, the whole idea is a dangerous myth.
So this one investigation lays out a pretty stark warning, built on claims of financial nonsense and a secret meltdown. And it leaves us with a really critical question, doesn't it? As we race to power our future, are the promises of clean, convenient nuclear energy worth the incredible risks that critics like Yoichi Shimatsu claim are being hidden from all of us? That is the heart of this entire debate.